Esas nalgas, eh. What the heck is up, you guys? Animated Heroes back here, and this time I got an action figure review on the infamous Harley Quinn. Of course, I'm one of the last people to get it since I didn't order it from Ami like everyone else. But the reason I didn't get to was because it sold out so fast after the pre-order was announced that I didn't even have a chance to go look at it. Because for one, Ami's pre-orders go up when everyone's asleep at 3 o'clock in the morning. So pretty much if you don't have your timer set to go order these things, if it's something that a lot of people want, you're gonna miss out. But I'm pretty sure that a lot of people ordered this figure for specifically one reason, and I'll get into that later. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at that sexy packaging real quick. And of course, this right here is a very sexy packaging. It's the window packaging as usual with Bandai, but you got Suicide Squad right there, Daddy's Little Monster right there, Harley Quinn with a cool image right here. All these colors, man. Look at the colors looking nice. Warning, choking hazard. Tamashii Nations Bandai. So you know that it's real. Made in China. I don't know why it says that. I thought it was made in Japan, but who cares? It's real. SH Figuarts, Harley Quinn right there. Cool image of her on the side right here. Suicide Squad up top. On the other side, you got this cool, I don't know, that's cool. They put her logo from the movie. Then you got Harley Quinn right there looking nice. Some cool poses you can get her into on the back. A whole bunch of Japanese stuff that doesn't matter and I can't read, along with the barcode, so you know they scan this thing out before they send it to me. But anyway, pretty cool packaging, looks nice. I dig it. I like the colors, and I honestly think it goes with the character. But moving on, let's go ahead and take a look at the figure outside of the package now. Now, right out of the package, I gotta say this is a pretty interesting looking figure. It definitely captures Margot Robbie from Suicide Squad, and I really dig it. It looks nice. It's pretty fun to pose around, and from what I've seen, the articulation is pretty good, and just about everything is spot on, except for the fact that I've heard she's missing her tattoo from right here that I believe says "Lucky Me" or "Lucky You," something like that. But there's a tattoo missing right there that I've heard a lot of people complain about, and also one weird thing is that right here in between her legs, yeah, I know the weirdest spot, right? They were so focused on making an ass for her, they decided, oh, we're just going to go ahead and make this weird separation part right here. So basically, when you stand her up straight, you can still see that gappage right there between her legs. And it's not so much noticeable from the front, but if you're just looking at it at a weird angle, you can see that. So it's a weird gap. I don't know why the heck they did that, because I mean, mostly in the legs, the figure is definitely inaccurate. And then the tattoos that are behind their leggings, they look like pencil sketches. I mean, they don't look nearly as good as, I don't think they done any of the other tattoos. So yeah, maybe the ones on her face. Let's see how they look. She doesn't even have the rotten tattoo on her face. I did not know that, but she's supposed to have a tattoo that says rotten on her face, and now that I look at it, it's not on any of them. She just has the little heart tattoo right there, but it's weird. I don't know. They just didn't decide to include the tattoos on this one, and the ones that they did don't really look all that good. Like I said, this one just looks like someone kind of drew it on with pencil, so I don't know. It doesn't take away much from the figure, but it does look pretty awkward. Anyway, I'm not going to harp on everything that's wrong with it. Let's go ahead and talk about what the heck is right with this figure, and I will say that there's a whole lot of things right with the figure. Now, Harley Quinn stands at a little bit under 6 inches, which I believe is very correct because, for one, she's pretty short. I believe Margot Robbie isn't that tall. And on top of that, she is much shorter than a whole bunch of the characters in Suicide Squad. So I honestly feel like she'll probably fit in scale with the rest of the characters correctly. But who knows? We'll take a look at a couple of other size comparisons towards the end of the video. Now, for articulation, her head is on a ball peg, so she can look up about that much, look down about that much. This piece on her neck, that's a necklace where it says pudding right there. It's a separate piece, so you can move it around pretty much however you want to. I figured they would do that, and it probably helps for range with the neck. Well, never mind. You can't turn her neck at all, so yeah, you can't move that. These right here, her pigtails, they are separate pieces. I believe they're probably on a ball peg inside of here. I don't take figures apart, so I don't know, but you can move them up and down. out just a little bit, probably just enough to get him off the shoulder so that you can turn the head properly, but you can't move him too much. She does have a diaphragm joint. It's kind of useful, not so much. She can move just a little bit with it. It's almost useless. And she also has a waist swivel, which is pretty much useless as well. You can turn it, but it doesn't really go anywhere, and if you try to force it, it's definitely a piece that'll snap. Now for the arm, she has a drop down method on her arm, so you can pull it up down just a little bit to get her arm to go further out. It goes up a little bit more than 90 degrees. Double jointed elbows, really good double jointed elbows. Her hands are on a ball peg as usual, so you can move those around pretty much however you want to. You can turn them whichever way you want. And her legs, she also has a drop down leg method, kind of, sort of. And you can pull it out to make her kick a little bit further, which is pretty cool. No swivel right there, double jointed knees. And then right here, she has this weird, I don't know what you call that joint right there, but her foot can go down about that much, go up about that much. So not much, but it's probably right because honestly her shoes are really weird and they're pretty high up, so it makes a little bit of sense. And she has almost no, there's no way that you can pivot that at all. And she has no toe hinge, which isn't a problem. But she also has this right here though, which they decided to include. I don't know why they did that, but that's, I guess, what you do when you decide you want to sell more figures than another company who's making the same exact character. And I gotta say, it was probably a very smart move by Bandai. But if I showed this to Margot Robbie, she'd probably be pretty disappointed, you guys, because that is not her body at all. Now for accessories, she comes with her two pretty much relaxed hands. No fist hands with this figure, even though it's an action figure. I don't know why they didn't include those, but you get these. You get her standard crazy face that she makes when she says someone's gonna die. And I want to sit her to the side because honestly this figure is pretty bad at standing on this dial. Here is another face she comes with, which is kind of a smile, kind of a frown. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It's her standard face that I figured she probably should have came in the package with like they normally do, but whatever. She also comes with this face right here, which is her smiling face. And honestly, this one is probably my favorite out of all of them. It just looks really good. I like the detail in it, and it's probably the one that captures her the most. Now let's see, she comes also with these two hands right here, which are clearly for holding for her bat, and I'll show you guys how to use that in just a second. She comes with open palm hands right here, which is just her hands is flat out open, and it's probably for her to do some posing or something, I don't know, style poses. Pretty useful, so I can see myself using them. And last but not least, she comes with a trigger hand, which is for her gun, and I'll show you guys that. Here it is, and it looks nice. It's definitely a whole lot of, honestly, I feel like they probably put a lot of work into it, because while it's not much scope wise, all the paint detail on it, and mine doesn't have that much paint chipping, and you can see if you look close enough, it says hate right there and it says love right there, which is pretty cool. It means that they actually put a lot of work into putting those words on there, so I definitely appreciate that. Last but not least, she comes with her bat, and you take it apart to put it in her hand just like this, and you just pretty much put it back together once you get this piece right here in her hand. And I'll show some images of that later. But yeah, for accessories, that's all you get with her, which is good enough. That's all she really uses in the movie. We get to see her hammer, but she doesn't use it, so I can see why this is all they would include. Good enough for me. Also, one thing I forgot to mention is that you can actually put her gun in this holster right here that is tucked in her jacket, and you just slide it in there and it stays perfectly. So I think that's pretty cool that they added that. That's an awesome feature in my opinion, and it definitely adds to the figure. For some size comparisons, here she is standing next to the SH Figuarts Injustice Harley Quinn. Can't wait for number 2 for you guys that know about it. And the DC Icons, I'm not sure the name of the costume, but it's the DC Icons Harley Quinn. And honestly, both of these are really good figures, and I highly recommend getting both of them, especially the Injustice one, because it's extremely good. And also, since this one just came out, she went down in price, so go pick her up if you don't have her. Now here she is standing next to the SH Figuarts Injustice Joker and the DC Collectibles, I believe, Joker Thugs from the Dark Knight movie. Honestly, I feel like these guys would go in pictures pretty well, but I really just want that Jared Leto Joker to replace this guy because I don't really like this form of the Joker. And also, I can't wait for, if you guys who don't know, the SH Figuarts Dark Knight Joker that hopefully will be getting announced sometime soon. Keep your eyes open for that if you guys are looking for it. Last but not least, here she is standing next to the Mezco Batman vs. Superman Batman and the Mafex Batman vs. Superman Batman. And honestly, I feel like she looks a whole lot better with the Mafex because in my opinion, the Mezco looks great. It just looks a little bit too bulky for me. I just feel like the Mafex is the perfect size. But all in all, both of them are great figures, so I highly recommend both of them if you don't have them. What's up, girl? Now, overall, I gotta say, despite some of the flaws it may have, it actually is a really good figure. It captures Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn extremely well. I do hate the fact that it doesn't have any of her tattoos, and that's probably gonna be why I do end up getting the Mafex version, because they have her tattoos, and I don't know why, I just really like the rotten tattoo on her face, and I didn't really care much for this one right here. Not that I hated it, but it's just, it wasn't something that made me say, I don't want the figure for that reason. So, yeah, it's a few things that are missing, but it does have some great things. Articulation is really good, captures the character, comes with a great amount of accessories. The expressions are well, faces look good. Extra set of hands are great. Just everything that it comes with is really good. And also, if you like the movie Suicide Squad, I highly recommend it. I love the movie. Honestly, it was probably my most favorite movie of 2016 just because I want to say I watched it a good 4 or 5 times. And honestly, after I watched it the first time, I couldn't stop thinking about the movie. Like, yeah, it did have a pretty crappy enemy, but overall, the movie was just exciting. It was fun to watch. I really liked the characters. Jared Leto is my most favorite Joker of all time. Don't care what anyone says, and that's the figure that I'm really waiting for. Suicide Squad, like I said, being one of my most favorite movies, I am going to complete the line. I don't care who they make, I'm going to get it, and that goes all the way from this Harley Quinn up to Captain Boomerang. I'm not going to get Killer Croc. I'll get a better version of him if they decide to make him, which I'm pretty sure they won't because they know it's not going to sell that much. But yeah, anyway, back to this figure. Like I said, looks great. It's awesome. Detail is extremely amazing. The tattoos kind of suck. They look better the further away from your eyes they are. I can say that much. Now, up close, they look really bad. It just looks like they penciled them on there and they'll come right off. Honestly, it looks like when you write with a pencil and you get some of the lead on your thumb, and that's exactly how this right here looks to me. I don't know. I don't dig that at all. That is the main thing that just destroys this figure for me. But hopefully it looks better in the pictures because I do take shots of my action figures. So maybe it'll look better there. But anyway, still, I highly recommend the figure. It's good. They're getting good at making realistic characters. So if you guys want to collect this line, do not be afraid. What you see in the review is exactly what you'll get with this figure, so it won't be anything new unless you probably get a factory default or mess up, I don't know, which I doubt's gonna happen. Bandai's pretty good about that. But anyway, not to ramble on, great figure. I would say it's a 7.5 out of 10, and if you do like the movie and you do like Harley Quinn, highly recommend it. So with that said, guys, don't forget to like the video. It always helps me out. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not already. I don't know why you're not. And also, don't forget to hit that bell icon so you guys can see when I make some new videos. I've been slacking off, but I'm going to try to get back to it. So yeah, more videos coming. And anyway, thank you for watching my review. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.